The motorsport world has been buzzing recently as Sergio Perez, the renowned Mexican driver, hinted at an early exit from Formula One. Ever since the challenging Miami Grand Prix in 2023, Perez has been under immense pressure, putting his future with the team in jeopardy. Despite his performance taking a hit, the financial support he brings to Red Bull cannot be ignored. Thanks to the backing of huge corporations like Telcel and Telmex, Perez has managed to secure his spot. But now, with whispers of his early retirement, could this spell trouble for Red Bull? And more importantly, have they unconsciously begun a rebuilding phase? Perez's recent performance has raised many eyebrows. While not everyone expected him to match the level of his teammate Verstappen, finishing 8th in the standings and not clinching a single win in 2024 is hard to overlook. There were rumors during the summer break about Perez potentially being replaced by Ricciardo or Lawson, but those were quickly dismissed by Helmut Marko, who not only reaffirmed the team's support for Perez, but also promised that engineers would work on providing him with an improved version of the RB20. Now, however, Perez has sparked talk of retiring sooner than expected, possibly due to Red Bull's subpar results. It's easy to critique his underperformance, especially as Max Verstappen consistently snatched victories and podiums at circuits like Canada, Spain, and Silverstone. But it's worth noting that Verstappen, too, hasn't clinched a race win in the last 8 events, highlighting that they both face similar challenges with the car's performance. Interestingly, Perez has admitted that while his contract still has 2 years remaining, it's unlikely he will continue beyond that. As a 6-time race winner, he reflected, "I have a 2-year contract, and in F1, that's a long time. I don't see myself racing like Fernando Alonso, who I greatly admire. It's not that I don't want to continue driving, it's just that I have young kids and want to spend more time with them." Plus, the 24-race calendar is pretty demanding. Clearly, he is pondering the balance between his career and family life, hinting that his passion for racing might not outlast his personal responsibilities. Perez also emphasized the significance of having control over his career's trajectory. He stated, "My main focus is to reach a point where I can decide my future and retire on my own terms. Right now, I am still highly motivated and love being in F1. I enjoy both the good moments and have learned to embrace the bad ones as well." Reflecting on the last 6 months, he confessed that retirement did cross his mind. "For a brief moment I considered stepping back. But in 3 seconds I reminded myself that quitting now would be the easy way out after all these years. I would never forgive myself for leaving on such a note." This mindset is unique in the high-pressure environment of Red Bull, where history has shown that drivers unable to perform at Verstappen's level are often demoted or dismissed. Just ask Gasly and Albon, 2 talented drivers who found new paths outside the Red Bull sphere. Perez, unlike his predecessors, was an exception to Red Bull's usual internal recruitment strategy when they brought him on board in 2021, showcasing that the team is not entirely averse to exploring options beyond their academy when the situation demands it. The past 6 months have undeniably been tough for Perez, with the pressure mounting on his shoulders as Red Bull dropped to 2nd place in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari is now posing a threat to push them further down to 3rd if they continue to find more speed in the season's last 6 races. While Verstappen has been battling with the likes of McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari almost single-handedly throughout 2024, Perez's struggle to provide the same support he once did back in 2021 has become evident. Mental health in high-stakes racing cannot be understated, and Perez openly shared his challenges. "If I could change one thing about my career," he mentioned, "it would be to erase the last 6 months. It's been incredibly difficult, coming into weekends knowing that the car has limitations and that a crash could happen at any moment. Then, there's the media pressure, constantly judging, questioning your abilities, and comparing you to how you performed in the past." Many might argue that Perez stepping down would actually benefit Red Bull, as they seem to be somewhat bound to keep him due to the influence of his sponsors. However, there's an overlooked aspect: Perez's crucial role in maintaining Red Bull's stronghold in the Latin American market. His presence in the team attracts a massive fan base from Mexico and even a significant portion of the USA, a market Red Bull is keen on nurturing. This influence has been acknowledged by Helmut Marko himself, who said that Perez is much better than Verstappen when it comes to selling merchandise in that region. Additionally, Perez's departure could result in the loss of major financial backing from Carlos Slim's companies, which have supported him since the beginning of his career. If Lawson were to replace him, Red Bull might immediately feel the financial pinch. Furthermore, if Perez finds a seat with another team, the funding from Telmex and Telcel could provide a huge boost for that team's development. While Red Bull may not completely collapse without this support, losing their grip on first place in the Constructors' Championship and facing instability with senior team members potentially departing could create a situation less appealing for future sponsors. The car's unpredictable behavior has further complicated the situation, with Perez himself admitting that he and Verstappen are now facing similar struggles. Despite Verstappen's ability to qualify and finish second in Singapore, Perez failed to make it past Q2. "I really feel like I'm in the same boat I've been in for the past 8 to 10 races," Perez said. But now, all of a sudden, Max is encountering similar issues. "It's confusing, but we've pinpointed the problem in the data. We've built excellent cars in the past, so there's no reason we can't return to that standard." This series of events has inevitably opened the door to discussions about a potential replacement for Perez. Liam Lawson's name is increasingly being mentioned, signaling that a period of change might be on the horizon for Red Bull, at least when it comes to the second seat. Perez recently saw one of his biggest challengers, Daniel Ricciardo, being sidelined from racing. However, this doesn't mean that up-and-coming talents like Lawson or even Tsunoda won't fiercely compete for a spot in 2024 and beyond, proving they have what it takes to drive alongside Verstappen. The stakes are even higher now as Max Verstappen's future with the team is not set in stone. Helmut Marko has hinted at a scenario where Verstappen might join Aston Martin in the future, thanks to their new wind tunnel and a strategic partnership with Honda starting in 2026. All these changes create a certain degree of instability within the team, which could potentially affect Perez's standing. With all these dynamics in play, it's worth questioning if Perez's departure would harm Red Bull more than it would help. Replacing him is not just about swapping drivers, it involves intricate financial and market considerations. His exit could lead to a loss of support from the Latin American fanbase and the financial backing that accompanies him. Yet, on the other hand, bringing in fresh talent like Lawson might provide the team with the spark needed to shake up their current struggles. Perez's situation at Red Bull is undoubtedly complicated. He's caught between underperforming car dynamics, media scrutiny, and the immense expectations from both his sponsors and his team. His influence, however, extends beyond the racetrack. For Red Bull, Sergio Perez has been a vital link to the Latin American audience and a symbol of the brand's diverse appeal. Red Bull knows that losing him would mean more than just a change in the driver lineup, it could mean a significant shift in their market strategy. The financial angle adds yet another layer. Carlos Slim's companies, Telcel and Telmex, have been the driving force behind Perez's career. If Perez were to transition to another team, the loss of their support could immediately impact Red Bull's budget and the development of their car. Yes, Red Bull has a solid lineup of sponsors due to their success, but in the world of Formula One, budgets play a critical role in staying competitive. If Red Bull were to drop from first to third in the Constructors' Championship, and if senior figures start leaving, it might deter potential sponsors from investing in the team, pushing them into a period of uncertainty. Additionally, the team dynamics would change. Perez has been known for his ability to support Verstappen when the car performs well, allowing Red Bull to secure crucial points for the Constructors' Championship. However, in 2024, Verstappen has often found himself battling against two McLarens, a Mercedes, and a Ferrari without much support from his teammate. This lack of a secondary push is precisely why Red Bull has found themselves trailing in the championship standings. Perez's struggles have had an impact on his mental health, something he openly admitted, stating, "If I could erase any part of my career, it would be the last 6 months. It's tough to approach a race weekend, knowing the car has limitations. And there's a constant risk of crashing due to factors outside your control. Couple that with the media pressure, where everyone questions if you're not as good as you used to be, and it's an incredibly challenging environment." His words reveal just how taxing Formula One can be, both physically and emotionally. Despite his challenges, Perez's departure isn't as straightforward as it seems. If he leaves, Red Bull might lose a significant portion of their Latin American fanbase and the financial benefits his sponsors bring. While some argue this could free up Red Bull from the pressure of keeping him, it's important to remember that Sergio's role is not just about driving, it's about maintaining Red Bull's foothold in markets they have cultivated through his presence. Interestingly, if Perez were to be replaced by someone like Lawson, Red Bull would instantly feel the loss of those financial contributions. However, the team might gain a renewed sense of motivation and a fresh approach with a new driver lineup. Still, if Perez finds a place in another team, his sponsors would likely follow, giving that team a considerable boost in funding and development capabilities. All these factors contribute to an environment of uncertainty at Red Bull. If they fail to secure the Constructors' Championship and senior members start exiting the team, it could lead to an unsteady atmosphere that potential sponsors might shy away from. While Red Bull may have enjoyed dominance in past seasons, the dynamics of Formula One can shift quickly, making every decision crucial. Considering all this, one can't help but wonder, would Perez's exit cause more harm than good for Red Bull? If so, who could be a suitable replacement for the Mexican driver? The team stands at a crossroads, and the choice they make now will shape their future. While there are talents like Lawson and Tsunoda waiting in the wings, there's no denying that replacing Perez involves much more than just finding another fast driver. It's about market strategy, financial stability, and team dynamics. So what do you think? Will Perez leaving Red Bull disrupt the team more than it will benefit them? And if they do part ways, who do you think has what it takes to fill that seat? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and while you're here, don't miss out on the next video that's now appearing on your screen. And there you have it. Sergio Perez's future at Red Bull is a hot topic, and it's clear there's a lot at stake for both the driver and the team. What do you think Red Bull should do? Should they stick with Perez, or is it time to explore fresh talent? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take on this. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more insights into the world of Formula One. And remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, if you're interested in more F1 drama and behind-the-scenes action, check out the next video on your screen right now. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.